Pua was, for y'all, for the listeners, the singular Cowboys player.
There's a lot of people, honestly. How established are we as a 6-10 or 8-8 team the year before?
Absolutely. And so it could be a matter of a young player who's got too much hype. It could be a veteran. It could be, I understand there are a lot of options, but I wanted to know, is there a single player who you most identify as like, you still have to prove something? Because I kind of do think it could be Demarcus Lawrence. We had him on last year, told him the whole thing about not saying the nickname anymore, and I get it. You also have to work in cooperation with the defense around you. But since he's gotten paid, he has been disappointing.
Well, I'll go first and take all the hate on Autoflex Leasing fan text. I think it's Dak Prescott. He just got paid as the highest quarterback in the NFL besides Patrick Mahomes, and I don't think he's in that category. Now, I get why you have to pay him that much. I'm not saying the Cowboys shouldn't have paid him. But at the same time, at this point, a lot to prove. Yeah, you have to be on Patrick Mahomes' level. You have to be on Josh Allen's level. That's what you're getting paid. So it's like when I've heard stuff, I know I'm going to baseball here, but people in New York are like, I can't believe the Rangers just released Rugi Odor. And I'm like, you know what? When Rugi Odor's on your team for league minimum as kind of a utility player, that's a hell of an asset. When you're paying that dude $12 million to be a franchise-changing player, he's not living up to expectations and not anywhere close. Well, I'm not putting Dak in Rugi Odor's situation. But what I'm saying is you have to be an MVP candidate now. You have to be like, oh my God, is he the best quarterback in the NFL? Let's have conversations in week 6, week 10, week 12. Is Dak the best quarterback in the NFL? Because that's what he's getting paid to be.
And that's
I think a lot of people will say that as well. I do not think that is a fringe opinion.
I kind of have a ranking, and he's third on my list. Because I think Dak's been very good. I've been very happy with Dak Prescott.
Can I ask you a question about that?
What?
Oh, that was aggressive. It's not a negative question. God, it's so aggressive. So does that change? Because I agree. I think most rational football people would say he has been good so far.
I agree.
Does that change now with kind of what Mike was talking about is, well, and you've been great for a fourth round. For a fourth round pick, he's been a revelation. But does it change now because the metric is you're no longer, I always said this with Tony Romo. So people are like, he was an undrafted free. Not anymore. Like when you got paid, that's not what you are anymore. Dak Prescott is not a fourth round pick anymore. He's the second highest paid quarterback in football, and that's how people will judge him. Does that change the way you judge him?
I said I think he's been very good, right?
Yeah.
I never said that I think that he's elite or excellent.
Nope.
And that being said, if that's the only way that we compare people is that they get whatever their market value is at that point because they're resetting the market all the time at the positions, then yes, he has to be better. Like, because that seems to be what happens is once you get paid, well, even though the money just keeps going up at that position,
it does.
Because isn't he now? Didn't Josh Allen just get a bigger contract? So once you get paid, that seems to be the bar for a lot of people. I don't care what he's getting paid as long as we're winning or the Cowboys are winning. Because I am not we. So that's at the end of the day, if he's making $500,000 or $60 million, doesn't matter. They just need to win. So to be the Mahomes type, to be those guys, you have to be elite. And that's what matters even more, whatever his money is there. But I understand how a lot of people are like, hey, you're getting this much of the pie. You should be living up to it. But I just want them to win. He is third on my list. I think Zeke is number 2.
Okay.
And has something to prove considering what happened last year.
Okay.
Because last year was like his numbers last year looked like the suspension year.
Yep.
And I don't know what the problem was, but Mike, you know what's really great is I think Mike and I are and I think even Kevin's kind of hopping in. We're expecting a really good year from Zeke this year because Mike, you put it yesterday very clearly twice. He did the things in the offseason that he needed to do to be prepared for and admitted to himself that he stunk.
Totally.
But my number one person, and it might get covered up because of a couple of additions this team's made, is Leighton Vander Esch. He is in a contract season, correct? So for him, like, this is a very important year.
Yeah, because it is a contract season because he didn't get the other contract.
Yeah, he didn't get his extension. So I think he has a lot to prove, not only to that he is the player that was an all-pro his rookie year, and these injuries won't continue to like pop up out of nowhere with him. I think that he's one of those guys that has to prove it to himself, because I think that confidence can hit you. I think he has to prove it to the Dallas Cowboys, the fan base, and other teams in the NFL that he could go out there and play for. So I think that when it comes to that, that's it. For me, it's Leighton Vander Esch, Zeke, and then Dak.
Okay. There are a lot of people saying Leighton Vander Esch from the 972. I see another one from the 214. And I also see plenty for Dak Prescott as well, and Demarcus Lawrence, and then a handful from the 940, Zeke, and 972 Zeke. So far, those are the four that I see the most, is Vander Esch, Demarcus Lawrence, Dak, and Zeke.